Que bueno mi gente, Calix Boxing here. Hit that sub button for nightly boxing videos. Belt's gone wild. The IBF is up to its old tricks, keeping us from a good fight. Errol Spence, everyone got excited that he was now the mandatory for Kell Brook for a fight, and they were lined up to fight each other. Everyone thought that Errol Spence was the mandatory, which made sense. He was the number one contender. So we thought for Kell Brook's belt. But the IBF came around today and said, no, 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 no. He's not the number one contender yet. He's the number two contender. And he has to face the number three contender before he gets, in order to earn that number one contender, which I guess is vacant for whatever reason. I don't understand why they don't just give that to Errol Spence. Well, I understand why. I guess they want another sanctioning fee. But of course, they cock blocked us of another great matchup for later on this year. We're gonna have to wait around for it again. And they're saying that Errol Spence has to fight Konstantin Ponomarev out of Russia. I'm probably butchering his name, and I plead ignorance on it. I don't know much about the dude except that Bad Left Hook, which is a very good boxing website, had them ranked as one of their top 5 welterweight prospects coming up. He's ranked 25th by BoxRec overall on the welterweight rankings, and he's undefeated, 30-0. He just beat Brad Solomon on the Pacquiao undercard. So there's some things about him right there. 13 knockouts, so not much power. But that I guess what, dude. I wanted. I can't stand this stuff, man. Like, I wanted to see Kell Brook versus Errol Spence, as did everyone else. And this is where they start to mess around and the politics gets involved and it cock blocks us from another good fight, another good matchup that we'll probably have to wait till early 2017 to get to see, if nothing else gets in the way after this fight. I mean, who knows what can happen? I doubt these guys get upset, but the politics could get in the way again. I don't know. I just don't understand why they don't just make him the number one contender and let's have the fight. I mean, come on. As a boxing fan, this just irks my nerves. It just bothers me to no end. Belt's gone wild once again and stopping us from seeing a good matchup. Errol Spence, man, he's fought 10 fights in 2 years. He's earned this, man. He doesn't need to fight an 11th fight to earn this spot. I mean, come on. And first of all, I don't even understand these rankings, to be honest. I mean, is IBF, how did they just come up with their own rankings to where Kell Brook is number 1, Spence is number 2, and Ponomarev is number 3? How did they come up with rankings that way? None of this makes sense to me. I guess it's not supposed to make sense. It's all politics, and it just gets in the way of the sport once again. But I wanted to see Errol Spence fight Kell Brook next. We all wanted to see that. He did the right thing. He made the call out. He won the fight against Algieri, which was a step-up fight, a good performance on his part. He did what he had to do to become the number one contender, and the IBF comes in and cock blocks and say, no, 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 you're the number 2 contender. You got to fight one more guy before you become the number 1 contender, which I guess nobody's holding that spot right now. It doesn't make sense. So there we have it. Belt's gone wild.